Hello, book lovers. I am your host, author coach Kim Oglesby, and welcome to Books, Blessings, and Business. Join us as we explore the magic of books, the blessings that enrich our lives, and the strategies that fuel thriving businesses. Together, let's navigate a journey where stories and blessings and business wisdom converge. Welcome to a podcast where literature meets blessings and business flourish. I am so excited to share that Books, Blessings, and Business is starting a newsletter and it's going to be coming out on the 1st and the 15th of every month. We're going to have it packed with resources, events, grant information, and of course, marketing tips. Marketing tips are so important and much, much more. Please show your support by subscribing to our newsletter or even consider becoming an advertiser. And definitely you can find that information by visiting our website, LiteracyMomentsMagazine.com. But before we dive into our main interview with author Natalie Murphy, one of our authors from Black Authors Association Facebook page submitted a question to us. And that question was about marketing. And the question says, who are the first people I should market my book? So for me, I would say family, friends, and your community. Definitely send out some type of message or email and let people know that you have written this awesome book. And in your community, find businesses that you actually frequent and ask them if you can do a pop-up shop or do a book signing to promote your book. You know, having a support system from your family and friends and also the businesses in the community locations that you frequent is really, really a great thing. So I would say definitely start with family, friends, and your community. If you have a question for us, please send it through email or visit our website at LiteracyMomentsMagazine.com. But before again, you know what we do? We have to pull a book off the shelf. And our book off the shelf is by author Epiphany Hightower. She's written her book. It's called Someone Like You. She's going to tell us a little bit about her book, and I hope you enjoy.
My name is Epiphany Hightower. I have written a book called Someone Like You. Someone Like You is about a woman named Kennedy who just recently got engaged to a man named Derek, who she thought was the man of her dreams. Until one fateful rainy night, she meets a man named Julian, and he takes her on an adventure of what love should really be about. Um, if my book was made into a movie, you would play my main character. It would definitely be Nia Long. I really would love her to play Kennedy. Or have yeah, definitely play Kennedy. I think she'll be perfect for it. My favorite quote from my book, Someone Like You, would have to be, "Love is like shores. Sometimes it seems like you are riding in such a high wave, and the next moment it seems like the waves are steady. But if you are loving the right person, the lows will never get too low, and the high will have you feeling so blessed that two souls that were once lost were now found." So that is my favorite quote. It's like a little mini like poem I added in there. That is my favorite quote. And where you can find my book, Someone Like You can find it on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere that you like your books, um, paperback or on Kindle. Amazon and Barnes and Nobles for sure has Someone Like You by Epiphany Hightower. Okay, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and it was my pleasure joining you today. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining Books, Blessings, and Business podcast. Tonight, we have an awesome writer. She has so many books, but we're going to talk about most of them tonight. My favorite that she has out is September to Summer, A Principal's Heart. Let's welcome Natalie R. Murphy to our podcast. Hi, Natalie. How's everything going?
Hi, everything is going well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining. So tell me, I have read it, but I want to be a spoiler of it. So tell us a little bit about September to Summer, Principal's Heart.
Okay, September to Summer, Principal's Heart is about Principal Lacey Alexander. She has just been promoted in her new position of principal. Lacey is a plus size, Converse wearing, man hating diva and, and has no interest in relationships whatsoever. That is until the school photographer, T.O. Jacobson, crosses the threshold of her office. Lacey's heart has been broken, abandoned, cheated on, and she is done with men. And
Right.
she tries with everything in her to fight what she's feeling with Tio. But every time he comes around, her heart and her body betray her.
Mhm.
But Tio has a secret that could break her heart for good.
Yeah. Yes, he do. Yes, he do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a happily ever after. All my stories are happily ever afters because that's just the kind of girl I am. I love romance, and if it's not a happily ever after, I can't do it.
And I remember when you first told me about it, I was like, is this going to end nicely? I know I'm crying. I'm going to cry through it. But then I was like, oh my goodness. I was smiling cheek to cheek at the end. Oh my goodness. I said, I'm going to get Natalie for that. She had, and then I'm getting to him. So I really enjoyed reading. It was one. I was traveling. I pulled. I said, "Oh goodness, this is the best." And I'm like, "Oh, I hope nobody see me crying." But
Oh, thank you. Well, that's good to know that you felt it.
yeah, you couldn't tell me my name wasn't Lacey. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I know, and you know what? The funny thing is, there were parts of it when I was writing it that had me in tears, and I'm like, wait, this is not even real, and I'm making it up, and I was in tears. But they say if you don't feel it, then your readers don't feel it.
Right, that is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So I definitely felt Lacey. I really did, and I really enjoyed writing this story. This was a lot of fun,
Right,
and it and with my stories, I like to throw in. Of course, I want it to be romance, but I like to throw in something that gives you that question, like, wait, this is supposed to be a happily ever after.
right,
When? How is that going to happen? Especially
right.
when you realize you don't have too many more pages to
Yes,
go.
yes, yes. So my thing is, since I was in love with Tito, like, is it a sequel coming, or we're not gonna know what's gonna happen next?
No, I think September to Summer. That one is the only one of all the books I've written. That's the only one that seems to have just shut down on me.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to read it again then.
But if something sparks, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. So tell us about the new book. I said I was looking. I said, wait a minute, that's a new cover. Wait a minute. She got to tell me about this one. So tell me about this one, so I can
Okay,
go ahead and start getting myself prepared.
so this one that just released on July 27th is called Forever Yours Again. This is the story of Maddie and Keith. They fell in love at a skating rink when they were young. Maddie was 18, Keith was 20. But Keith disappeared without a trace, leaving um, Maddie shattered and heartbroken.
Oh.
10 years later, he's back. And he's a self-made man. He owns a construction company. And his one goal is to reclaim Maddie's heart. And as much as Maddie has dreamed of this moment of just seeing Keith, she had this vision that they would just, do that slow motion
Right.
love run. And she would be mad at first, but then they would just fall madly back in love with each other. She's grappling with this whirlwind of emotions of pain and abandonment from 10 years ago.
Okay.
She's struggling to trust this man who still
Yeah.
holds her heart.
Right.
Now, they also, as they're trying to bridge this bond, it's still very fragile. They run into some jealousy and they run into some envy, and yeah, they have to struggle to keep this thing going.
Okay. Oh boy, here we go again. But it's all right. I'm ready. I'm ready for this one. That's
Okay, now
definitely it.
see, and I can warn you now because my ARC readers told me, two of them told me they were yelling at the book, so be prepared. So get ready.
Yes.
Get ready.
Okay, I'm going to be ready. That means I definitely can't take it with me when I go traveling. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
probably
read
shouldn't
this
read
at
that on the
home.
plane.
I'm going to have to read this at home, definitely. So, Natalie, how many books is there altogether? I know you know the two, but how many have you written so far?
So there's a total of 8.
Oh,
And
wow.
and I do have to say this. So Forever Yours Again is the third book in what I call my Jasperville series. Jasperville, Illinois is a town that I created.
Okay.
So each book, so there are 3 books now, and I'm working on book 4, which will be released next year. But they can all be read as standalones.
Okay.
And then I have another series, my Then Came You series. That's a 4-part series. And again, those can be read as standalones as well. So I have a total right now of 8 books with number 9 in the works.
Okay. So how did it all get started from like the very beginning? Like what was it that made you say, you know what, I want to sit down and write these books. I'm going to write this book.
The fact that I woke up one morning, this was during a pandemic, and the idea for Then Came You, that was my very first one. That idea popped into my head. And I clearly heard God's voice say, write the story. And I clearly said no, because I didn't know anything about writing a story. And I thought it was cool. It was a cool storyline. I loved it, but I was like, I don't know anything about writing a
Right.
book. And I've written poetry and short stories and things like that growing up. Well, before I had kids, because after kids, everything just kind of fell apart.
Right.
So I had written before, but I never entertained the idea of actually having anything published.
Right.
And for about 3 weeks, I would wake up and more. This story just developed so naturally.
Right.
And I was like, okay, God, you're not going to let this go. So I said, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to type this story up. You know, you're going to have to be here with me because I don't know how to type. So, so I sat down in front of my computer, and me and my little sausage fingers, we typed and pecked. And in about 3 months, I had a story. And
Wow.
I tell people now that that's the best fight that I ever lost, because that was my first award-winning book.
Wow. Wow.
And it's just bloomed from there. And like I said, I told God, if as long as you give me the ideas, I will continue to write.
Okay. So you said pandemic. That's like only 4 years ago, and you have
Yes.
8 books?
Yes.
Whoa. You know, I was doing the math. I said, okay, so you've been working. You've been working really. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So, really, how has the journey been? I mean, what have you been doing? I know you've been to some events, but you know, with all the books, how has this journey really kind of changed your life? You know, with everything going on.
It's been a crazy ride. It's been so amazing. I've learned a lot, good and bad, trial and error. Um, but I'm enjoying it. I'm a creative by nature, so I love creating these stories, these characters, developing who they are, and having people say, "I love your characters." I
Mm-hmm.
have, like you said, I've been going to different book fairs. This year was a really big year for me in terms of traveling. I said I had my own little um, book tour this year. So
Okay.
I've been all over Arizona. I moved to Arizona last year from
Mhm.
Chicago. So I've been all over Arizona. I've been to New Orleans. I'm going back to Chicago for another award ceremony in
Awesome.
November. I'm in a book fair here November 2nd in
Okay.
Phoenix. And it's kind of cool. In my head, I'm living the world of a celebrity, but low key, because I don't really want to be on like a Beyonce level, anything crazy like that.
Right.
But I love that I have this group of followers that say, "Hey, I love your writing. I like your story." One of my readers, she just got her book. I think it was, today is Tuesday. She just got it. She got it yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
she texted me and said, "My husband wants to know where his vegetables are, but he realized I was reading your book, so he said never mind." And she finished it.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's really cool. But one of the things that's really rewarding for me is that because I started this journey on my own, I didn't know anyone who had done this, had done written a book, published a book. I had to do all the research myself.
Okay.
So um I figured God didn't have me do all this research just for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have created a workshop called From Pen to Published,
Oh,
the road to
nice.
self-publishing. And so I have been teaching people how to go through the self-publishing process, giving them the pros and cons of self-publishing versus traditional publishing
Mm-hmm.
versus vanity publishers, marketing, all the little intricate details that I had no knowledge of.
Right.
And I feel like if I can help somebody else not have to do all the work that I did, because it was a lot of work.
I'm sure. I'm
Um,
sure.
yeah. So, and to date, I have um, five. I'm calling them my graduates. I have five graduates from the
Awesome.
workshop that have published their books. They are now
Nice.
self-published authors, and two have are nominated for literary awards.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, that I give all glory to God because that did not come from me. I'm not that smart.
That's really good, and I'm glad you said that because a lot of authors, and I tell everyone, share your story. You never know, you think, oh, this is hard, but you're expert in what you did that
If
will
you,
help
yeah,
someone.
yeah.
So that's really awesome to see that you created a platform to help other people, help other authors get their story out. Because honestly, there's a lot more room for more authors and more stories to be told. I tell people that all the time.
Absolutely. There is room at the top for everybody.
Yes, yes. So share with us pretty much what's next and what's coming up next for you.
So what's coming up next for me? Like I said, so this weekend actually for my birthday weekend,
Oh, happy birthday.
I'll be vending at my 10th. No, I said 10th. Wow. At my class reunion. It's way
Okay.
more than 10. So
Tell
actually,
nobody that. Just let them think 10 and whatever you have to want to add to
yeah, it's a few more tens, but we'll leave it at that.
it.
So I'll be vending there, and then, like I said, in November, November 2nd, I will be in Phoenix at Books in the Desert. It's a book signing
Oh,
event,
nice.
and then November 10th, I will be in Chicago for the Distinguished Authors Guild Awards Gala.
Okay, yeah, I saw that for sure. Awesome, awesome. So if you had to share any tips or messages with new authors that are trying to kind of figure this out and keep saying no, 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 but it's supposed to be a yes, what would you share with them?
To keep writing, to keep moving forward. There are always going to be roadblocks. There are always going to be the people that you thought would support you that aren't. Um, just if it's something that you feel in your heart, do it. Just I saw a phrase the other day somewhere on social media, and it said, "Nike that thing, just do it." I was like, "Yes, I like that."
Nike that thing. Yeah, that
Nike,
is
yeah, I thought that was so cool. But now the one phrase that I stand on, and I heard Joyce Meyer say it, and that is, "Do it scared," because we do get scared. We're
Oh wow.
scared. We are afraid of failure. We are afraid of rejection, and we're afraid of our success.
Yeah.
Fear is not going to go away, but if you keep pushing through, you'll get through, and you'll get to the goal that you're seeking.
Wow, that's a good one. That is truly a good one. Do it
Thank you.
scared. Yes. I'm putting it on a post-it now.
I know, because it resonates, doesn't it? Do it scared.
Yes, like wow, yeah. I mean, you
Because
definitely.
everything new and different frightens
Mhm,
us. And it's because
mhm.
we don't know what it is. But if you
Right.
go ahead, if you find out what it is, what it's about, it
Mhm.
alleviates the fear.
That is true. That is true. So, Natalie, all right, tell me each title one by one. So, we talked about the September to summer, and then you told me about what's the new title again?
Forever Yours Again.
Forever Yours Again. Then, what's the six other ones? Tell us a little bit
Okay.
about those.
Okay, so I'll give them to you in order
Yes.
in the series. So the first series that Then Came You is Then Came You.
Okay, I saw that. Yes, that's on my list.
um, then Right Now and Forever is the second one in that
I
series.
saw that. I put that on my list too, guys.
Love Beyond the Waves is the third one.
Okay.
And One Song wraps it all up.
Oh. Okay.
And then the second series starts with Dear Butterfly, Wishes from the Heart.
Okay.
That's my sister's favorite. Oh my gosh. I can't tell anybody about any book without her jumping in. You gotta read Butterflies. You gotta read Butterflies.
Okay, I gotta put that on my list. I'm writing that down too. Butterflies. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that's one you definitely I intentionally went way round being on that one. So yeah, that one you're gonna want to read at home too. So it's Dear Butterfly, Wishes from the Heart is the first one. Then there's To Be Loved by Blue,
Okay.
and then Forever Yours Again.
Okay. Forever Yours. Okay. All right. My questions. You know what pulls me in with your books? I go to your website and I look at the cover like, oh my goodness, this is nice. I don't know which one to choose. I like this cover. I'm not even reading the book. I'm just looking at the cover. So I mean, do you have a graphics person that's your go-to person? You have input to that? These covers that
No.
like suck you in.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Cause sometimes I'll be like, I don't know. I actually don't. So the first two books that I wrote, Then Came You and September to Summer, my daughter created those covers for me. I gave her a general idea of what I wanted, and she created those covers for me.
Oh
Um,
wow.
September to Summer is actually my an image of my elementary school. That's the actual address on the cover,
Okay.
8505. And I used to live on Drexel. So that's where
Okay.
I came up with the name of the school, Drexel Elementary.
Okay.
From there, I have created all the other covers. No, let me take that back. So, To Be Loved by Blue, I did hire an artist because I wanted the experience of of working with an artist to do it.
Okay.
That's actually going to be low on my totem pole from this point out because it was very expensive.
Okay.
So, and the rest I've created on Canva.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. You go to your website and they pull you in. I'm like, I didn't even read the back. I'm sitting up here looking at the cover like, oh, because when you said the September to summer, you said, she's a Converse. I said, yeah, she had those on the cover too.
Yeah.
So it pulls you in definitely. But I give you kudos on those creative covers because they
Thank
really
you.
pull you in. And when I look, when I first went to, I said, I don't even know which one I want now. Oh my goodness, this one is. Oh, jeez, Louise. But
That's
yeah,
what people always ask. Well, which one is your favorite? I don't have a favorite because I can't. They
yeah,
all have a special element about each and every one of them
right,
that ties to my heart. So I can't. I don't have a. I can't choose. But I tell people when they say, "Well, where should I start?" And
right,
I ask a couple of questions. One, do you like series or do you want to stand alone? If they want to stand alone, I go with September to Summer.
right.
If they want a series, well, now okay, so how spicy do you like it? Because my Then Came You series, it's got some spice, but my Jasperville series is a little spicier. So
Okay.
that's how you can kind of narrow it, kind of zero in on what you want.
At this point, I can vouch for that for sure. The books are amazing. I
Thank
tell
you.
everyone to, I tell you, go to her site. You will be surprised. She has everything for you. No, I'm not telling you what it's about. Go to this website and get it. I'm like, no. But yeah, you honestly, you really, really pull in the romance. So you when you said you was a romance writer, you have that. You definitely have the pen
Thank you.
and I appreciate that. Um, But thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Best of everything on for the next 8 books that's coming out next 4 years.
Well, and I actually I have 2 ideas after I finish this 9th one that I'm working on. So.
Oh, see, I said it. And we look forward to reading everything you do.
Thank you.
You know, hopefully we can get you to come to the East, not Chicago, but come over to the East Coast a little bit and share some of your stories with us. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share with us before you leave?
Yes, anybody out there that wants to write, get those dusty books off the shelf.
Yes.
Oh, and also I do want to say, I'm sorry, I left this out. You asked what's up next. September 7th, I will be hosting my From Pen to Published Writers Workshop again.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anyone's interested in signing up for that workshop, they can just go to my website, natsbooks.net, natsbooks.net, and fill out one of the comment cards, and I'll get in touch with you and give you all the particulars.
Yeah, we definitely need to share that on our Facebook group, because I have a lot of new authors asking me, you know, how do I start? I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And so I will put you on our resource guide or my go-to person.
Okay.
Let me hook you up with Natalie, because you know, you do a lot of people are starting to join just because they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm the behind the scenes person. I'm the writer. I'm the reader. I'm not the writer. I'm the reader. I'll read your book. Yeah,
I got you.
Yes. But thank you so much. And definitely keep us posted what's coming up next. Stay cool in Arizona, because I know it's hitting those 100-degree temperatures out there now.
Oh my goodness. When I go outside at 10 o'clock and it's still 101 degrees, at 10 o'clock at night, that is.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, no.
But it's actually really cool going swimming that late at night. When the moon is up, it's actually pretty cool.
Okay, if you say so.
Hey, it's better than ice and snow.
Any day, I'll give it. I'll give up any day. And you were in Chicago, so you really had it. Woo!
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm over it.
Yes. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing your stories. We look forward to reading most all your books that you have coming out, and we will definitely support any way we can. Thank you again.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All righty.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the interview with Natalie as she talked about her book, September to Summer, A Principal's Heart. Definitely check this out. It's one of my favorite. I read it over the summertime and truly fell in love with it. And also, you know, don't forget, Natalie mentioned that she has written some other books that she has on her website. Definitely visit that. And she also is helping others who want to write their books. So Natalie has a plethora of things going on. Please support her. Visit her website. She has all the information at NatalieMurphy.com. So please definitely visit that. But if you want to learn more about Natalie, you can also visit our website to listen to this episode once more. And definitely drop your comments about it. We want to hear how you feel about the show. And you can put your comments on our Facebook page, Books, Blessing, and Business. Thank you for listening. As always, if you have questions and comments about the show, we would love to hear it. Send us an email on our website or give us a call at Literacy Moments at 267-235-3668 or leave us a voicemail. And don't forget, we pulled the book off the shelf, and it was by Epiphany Hightower, and it was called Someone Like You. Epiphany did a great video about her about her book. Definitely go out and support that as well. And like I always say, remain blessed in all you do. Toodles, and hope you hear from you and see you on Facebook, and also hope you listen to our next episode. Toodles.